Welcome to this information sharing video on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, where to begin? Well, I suppose on the start menu is probably the best place. So the thumbnail says differences, and obviously I play on PlayStation, so I'm looking at some of the differences. Not all, there are going to be others, there are going to be some that I've missed, and as we go further into the game now, more people have got access to it as well. Today is the official day of release, although some places it came out last night, you know how it's been. Opinions are going to differ, have differed, and are differing on the game and people's feelings on it. Now, the difference between PlayStation 4, I'm saying PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro is what I've just checked it on, and PS5 is going to be the difference between Xbox and Xbox Series SX. The old gen and new gen is the easiest way of putting it. Like I say, I can't check it on Xbox, I don't have one, but I would imagine these differences or even similarities are going to be there. So starting off with the first one. A lot of people have been asking me about reflective beacons anyway. I did a video on it. If we come down to in the main game screen options, and down here under brightness, we've got realistic beacon lights. Now, on the PS4 version, there are no realistic beacon lights. That option is not there. So, yeah, PS5 has them, PS4 doesn't. Up here, though, further up, I will put this up on the screen in a moment. The PS4 game settings screen. As with FS19, the super sampling resolution that is there, and you can change that to 3K Quad HD and that kind of thing. That's not there on PS5. My assumption with that, I'm no coder, I'm no, I'm not a game dev or anything like that, is that the PS5 on the new version automatically adjusts to the TV you've got, I would say. But if I put it up now, so what you can see, hopefully, with that up on there, is, yeah, so the beacons option is missing, and but you have got the other option there. So I'll hop into the game now, and we can check out some more of the differences and similarities. So we'll jump in now. I'm going to say something now. I suppose it's going to annoy people. I'm going to go onto my Elm Creek. Government subsidy signs. The first mod that popped up into the mod hub that's available as downloadable content. Government subsidy signs. Up until this point over the weekend, I was using the multiplayer cheat that worked as well. But if you don't have multiplayer, the government subsidy signs are there and available. I'm going to talk about those in a moment as well because that's a little bit different. They are there and available on PS4 and PS5. It's just there in the mods hub. So what we'll do is load up. Now, loading time on PS5 for the PS5 version is way faster. Now, people say, well, yeah, because you're on PS5. But the PS4 version I've got, I'm playing it on PS5. It just takes way longer to upload. I'm not quite sure why. I would have thought if the actual platform itself, being the PS5, is doing all of the processing, it would be the same. But the PS4 version on PS5 takes much longer to upload than the PS5 version on PS5 does. Computer people out there that know a lot about computers will know the reason behind that, and they'll be, well, yeah, obviously, but I'm just saying the similarities and differences. So we'll hop in. Now there are some graphical ones as well. I'm just going to hop down from here. PS5 seems to be a bit crisper to me. One thing I will say though, the dynamic lighting, I like it. I like the idea, and over different parts of the day, it's fantastic. And as we go through the year, that's going to change dramatically. I quite like the lighting on the PS4 version. The shadows don't seem as dark. I mean, like I say, there's going to be pros and cons both ways, and people are going to prefer things different ways. So, right, we talked about the lighting. Government subsidy signs then. If you're looking for the government subsidy signs, now the whole mod situation thing has changed massively now. That's what I want to go to. If we go down here, this has been added in. So we've got mods and DLCs, that's fine. But that's not showing the government subsidy mod. I have installed it. You saw at the screen it was installed. If I go down to this one and we go on to construction, so this is the thing. Vehicles are going to be, I would imagine, under the vehicles. If we go up to, this is my first time looking at this actually. It's going to be large tractors for the Xerion. Please tell me it's there. There we go. So the Xerion saddle track says there, saddle track pack. They'll go straight into the vehicles menu. Equipment will go into the equipment menu, but buildings and things like that will all be down here in the construction section. And this is where things are going to become an absolute minefield for for mod reviews, map tours, those kind of things, because finding where those things get placed is going to be certainly interesting. So if we go to production and we go to generators, because it generates income, and then we go down and right to the very end, we've got the government subsidy signs. Now, there's still 0 to place, and you can place as many as you want. But here's the big difference. There are 2 of them. The government subsidy sign on normal economy on FS19 was 100,000 per hour. It's now 350,000. I haven't tried it on easy or actually I can test that in just a second. But there's also a municipal subsidy, which is $350 per hour. So if you want small increment increases, you know, if you're simulating getting a regular payment from someone, or someone's renting your land, or whatever it might be, someone's borrowed a vehicle, you know, you can do ones like that. If you just need to put a little bit in to do something, but you don't want to go 350,000 in, then that's where you'll find them. So at the moment, I mean, there's going to be so many mods, it's going to be crazy. But for the moment, the government subsidy signs, that's where they are. That's what they're going to be. And that's on PS4 and PS5. Absolutely wonderful. What I'm going to do, I've just changed the economy to easy, and it's still saying 350,000 and 350. Maybe that's set. It won't change on the economy settings either. We'll go back to that one. Let's do this again. I'll save it. Let's put it on hard. I'll save it as well, just to make sure. It might be that you need to come out of the game and come back in. You never used to. Yeah, still saying 350,000. It would be odd if you have to come out of the game and come back in for that to change. But anyway, if it does change, on normal economy, it is that anyway, but it may be across all 3 economies, 350,000. Right. So while we're on that government subsidy. Oh yeah, sleep trigger. Sleep trigger's the same. There was a question asked. Someone asked me, well, is it just PS5 that has the new sleep trigger? No, PS4 and PS5 both have it. So you can set that anytime you like, and that's the time you wake up. You don't set it for a certain amount of hours. You can either get up at 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. And if I press that now, bearing in mind it's 9:05 in the morning, that'll go right the way through the day to the following morning. And it's, you know what? Let's just do it, but just to show you, because it looks really cool. I'm not saving this, so it doesn't matter. We'll do it till 8 in the morning, and this is what happens. And there we are, right the way through to 8 o'clock the following morning. That quickly. So if you're trying to skip days now, on console, there's always that thing, turn up to 120, go all the way through till you got to 8 o'clock at night. Then if you want to skip the night and then go forwards, you know, it got a little bit bonkers. But that's fantastic. It's a big difference, and that is on both. What else was I going to look at? Oh, someone asked about train cameras. And if you went onto the train, can you switch camera back through the carriages? So for loading and unloading, it makes it easier. Unfortunately not. I tried it. You've still got the main camera, so you can be outside or in the cab, but there's not a camera option that bounces back through the carriages. I was asked, so I thought I would answer that now. Seasons is an interesting one, and obviously it is on both, but something that I think, I mean, I overlooked as well, but is really important, and I'll be totally honest with you, it's really important. We were told right from the outset you can turn seasons off. You can have it on, you can have it off, it's entirely up to you. The option we've got there is just seasonal growth. That's all it is. Now, okay, this may be obvious, this may be teaching granny to suck eggs, but it turns on a growth calendar that adheres to the seasons and the withering of plants. Planting is only possible when the crop can reach maturity. So if you've got that turned on, then you have the calendar, which will be further up, and you have to adhere to the crop calendar. planting and harvesting seasons absolutely fine. Sorry, I should have gone back down to there. If you all right, yeah, if you turn that off or pause it, you lose that crop calendar. If you turn it off completely, then you can plant and harvest to your heart's content, no problem at all. Does that turn seasons off completely? No. The seasonal cycle will still continue, depending on what you set it on. Your days, however many days in each month, the seasonal cycle will still continue. If you don't want snow, if it's going to get to winter, you don't want snow, you can turn it off. But then that's probably another reason why you've got this fixed visual month. So if you've got a particular month that you want to have it set on and you don't want it to necessarily go through those cycles, you can set it on one particular month. So if you want yours always to be summer and you can harvest, plant and harvest to your heart's content, you've kind of got the option to sort of turn it off. It's a weird kind of thing. The animals all still kind of adhere to the seasons system. It is a watered down system, and I'm hopefully going to do some videos on seasons, but that is available on both. Someone asked, is seasons not available on PS? Yes, it's available on both. Seasons is there. Sleep trigger, we talked about seasons, train camera, lighting. Oh yeah, the biggie. Or say the biggie, it depends if you've got one or not. The side panel, the infamous side panel. I have been inundated with messages this morning, people telling me the side panel works. It works on PlayStation 4. It doesn't work on PlayStation 5. That's a pretty big difference. So we get reflective beacons, we lose side panel. Now, I'm sure I'm going to get people telling me it works on their PS5. I have been assured it doesn't, and it certainly doesn't on mine. So I'm pressing buttons now to up and down speed, nothing. Open up help window, nothing. It's not working at all. So I messaged Lysatan at Giants this morning to ask the question, could he ask the devs? And I was told, and I'm still baffled with this, I'm no coder, I'm no game developer. I was told that that's on Sony's end. Sony closed off the port, the USB port, closed it off for the side panel to work on PlayStation 5. Apparently it was never supposed to work on PlayStation 4, but it did. Now, I guess when Sony found out, I don't know what. I mean, who cares? Does it really matter? You know what? I'm going to have a rant. Why? Who is it bothering? Apart from the fact that, okay, the side panel's not a Sony product, who gives a monkeys whether it's left open or not? Who cares whether you can use the side panel or not? Surely Sony have got more important things to worry about than going, oh no, we can't let the farming simulator people have a side panel. What? Why? But here's the thing I'm puzzled by. If I was playing the PlayStation 4 version on a PlayStation 4, I could totally understand what's being said. I've been told that Sony closed off that port on the PlayStation 5. But here's the weird thing. I've been playing Farming Simulator 19 on my PlayStation 5, and I've been playing the PS4 version of FS22 on my PlayStation 5. The PS4 version works with the side panel, the PS5 version doesn't, but they're both being played on the PS5. So either the port's closed or it's not. Which is it? If the port's closed, surely on PS5 it shouldn't work at all. I'm still, I don't know. I'm not, like I say, I'm not a game developer. There's got to be something in the code there that's affecting that. Because to my mind, if the port's closed, the port's closed. Shouldn't work at all on PlayStation 5. But the different versions are. I don't know, I'm just putting it out there. So if you PS4 guys, I'll be honest, I'd rather have the side panel than reflective beacons. That's just me. So if you've got a side panel on your PS4 and you're lamenting the loss or not having reflective beacons, you're better off with the side panel, being totally honest with you. So that's that. Beacons, side panel, lighting, government subsidy. Oh yes, that was the other thing. Let's get over to the store. This is an important one and something I haven't mentioned. I should have gone the other way through the menu. Don't know why I went this way. I'm on the wrong menu. Right. Let's visit there. Right, we're at the store. The question was, and I posed this question when the AI Worker blog came out about contracts. And does this mean that on FS22, on console, we will get the option for multiple contracts at a time? The answer to that question is yes. We do. Let's go into our menu. We'll scroll down till we get to our contracts. I'm here for a reason, you'll see in a second. Here's our contract screen. Now, on console before, on FS19, one contract at a time. It was quite frustrating that you could only do one contract at a time. I know there was a mod for PC that allowed multiples and you could have workers waiting and all sorts of stuff. So let's say, for example, I'm going to take on the baling contract. I'm going to borrow the equipment for the baling contract. And now I think, oh, you know what? I really want to do some cultivating as well. Or while that's going, I've got a worker going. I'm going to twiddle my thumbs. I could pick up something else as well. I've got 6 workers I could use. So let's borrow items on fertilizing. What else should I do? Ploughing? Oh, there we go. It might have been there was enough room for the equipment. 3 contracts. I know it's not huge. It's not 6. It's not more. It's, you know, but from 1 contract to 3, so you can have 3 active contracts on the go at any time, and that is the same on PS4 and PS5. Multiple contracts are now available in game. That's pretty cool. And because I've borrowed all the equipment, I've got it all here. Now, something I haven't tested, because I'm just making this video now, and this has just popped into my head. If you've got equipment for contract work only, you remember that little sign that comes up every time on FS19? You used to grab a piece of equipment and think, oh, actually, while I've got it, maybe I could use it for doing this on my field, and it would say it was only for contract work. If I've got 3 active contracts, is it possible that you could use one piece of equipment? Mind you, you still be able to only be able to use it on the fields that contracts are active on. But I wonder whether or not, if you picked up a harvesting contract and you chucked the straw out the back, and you had a baling contract going at the same time, could you use the baler on the harvesting field? That's going to be a test video, has to be, because surely it won't come up with it unless it's that smart now that it will say, well, this isn't for this particular contract. I don't know, mulling it over. But anyway, good news. Now, there are going to be, I would imagine, there are going to be other idiosyncrasies. There are going to be some other odds and ends and bits and bobs that people are going to flag up, or in the comments will say, well, also this works, this doesn't, this is the same, both have this has this doesn't. There are going to be other things as well. I would imagine. I've gone through a few of the menus to try and see if I could find any bits that are or aren't there, and I haven't come across anything else that stands out. The animals seem to be the same. The animal system seems to be the same. Like I just showed you, the build mode system, the not contracting, construction system seems to be exactly the same options, same menus. Nothing seems to be different between the PS4 and the PS5 on that. So yeah, I just thought it's kind of an update video, the similarities, differences. These are questions that people have been asking me, and I thought, you know what, if 5, 6, 10, 15 people are asking me, then there's going to be more people that are going to have the same question and that are going to want to know, and you know, so there we go. That's what I've got for you. I hope it's been useful and informative. If it has, please give us a like. If it hasn't, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.